Yes, baby, this is Dragon Adventures. And there are over 170 dragons for different tastes, from real dragons to shrimp or butterfly dragons. Some people like dragons from developers, some like Chinese dragons, some like small and skittish ones, some like big and scary ones, and for some, the main thing is that the dragon looks cute and kind. Someone is in love with dragons with cosmetic traits, while someone especially appreciates Guild Wars dragons. But have you ever asked yourself the question, why are some dragons very cheap while others are unrealistically expensive? Who sets the prices for dragons? Of course, there are dragons from the first seasons. Dragons that cannot breed or have a very low chance of being obtained. And people are fooling around in their own way. So in this video, I'm going to show you the top 10 underrated dragons. This is just my subjective opinion. You may agree with it or not. I put Orderuk in 10th place. Compared to last year, its prices have decreased by half, all due to the fact that 2 more dragons were added to Shadow Egg. Although for me, it is still the best concept of a walking dragon. Of course, this is not a dragon for race, but it's designed based off of scorpions. Flame particles from the back of its neck and hips and smoke from its shoulders make it unique. Have you ever wondered how much effort, food, and time it takes to get a shadow egg? What's the point of staying in prehistoric for hours waiting for luck? Therefore, it is not surprising that the shadow egg is worth so much. I also wouldn't say that the chance of getting Orderuk is quite high. Yes, the cost of this dragon naturally decreased after it gained the ability to breed, but this does not diminish its appeal, and it should definitely be in every player's collection. Well, consider the high breathing and bite rates, which are definitely indicators for duels. Therefore, my conclusion is that many people underestimate this dragon. The Golica was the first Heroes League dragon to be released, so for me, this dragon is the symbol of this league. Although Dragon's Bane egg is not that difficult to obtain, the hatching chance is quite low and is only for %. Speaking of design, it absolutely stands out from other dragons. He reminds me of some space hero. Although his speed stats aren't impressive, I think he should definitely cost more than 250,000 and gain more popularity among players. I remember there was a time when Fernifex was worth 2 million. Now it's worth around 500 to 600,000, but it's hard to find for trading or buying. I spent the whole day in the game today, and only one of my friends lent me this dragon to record a video. This dragon is from Season 10, and it returned to the game in Season 30 in Dragon Pass, but despite that, and the ability to breed these dragons, there aren't that many of them. The specific shape of the head, funny roar, and decent speed definitely deserve your closer attention to this dragon. In my opinion, the main problem with Dratheros' low popularity was that Javel has completely overshadowed him at one time. Although this demonic design, the smoke on the neck, makes this dragon look mystical and even a little scary. Although this dragon could be obtained in 2 different eggs during the last Halloween event, the chances were only 1 and 3%, making it not easily available. I hope you saw this short of mine. How is it possible to merge Javelhist using 5 Dratheros? Therefore, I wouldn't be surprised if there are many times fewer Dratheros dragons in the game than Javel. So it's up to you, but it's definitely not worth 200,000, but more. I love cookies. How about you? First of all, when claimed, the Gyngefared would come in one of 5 presets. This dragon was based off of gingerbread men, making its design unique and definitely the tastiest dragon in the game. One of the mutations emits secondary and tertiary colored sprinkle particles from its wings if it has the Sparkles Trail mutation. The Gyngefared cannot breed, which should definitely increase its value. Considering that almost all of us love Christmas, this cookie monster simply has to be in your collection.
You're a monster!
I won't say that Arielisces is cheap and its cost fluctuates around 2 mil, but compared to, for example, the non-mutated Vulpiruth, which people buy even for more money, Ariel is more exclusive because it hasn't returned to the game yet and it can't breed. Cool fin animations and strange eyes, as well as the steampunk and aquatic automaton concept, make this dragon bizarre and unique. In addition, a normal walking and flying speed is what is needed for a positive overall impression. Trametos was named after the genus of mushrooms Trametos, although for me, it is more associated with the stone dragon. It's quite small, which most players like, has nice walking and mouth animations, and despite its size, it looks quite intimidating. Although Trametos was made breedable on December 2024, you won't see him at auction that often, and I believe his value should definitely be more than 300 to 400,000. Please note that this is just my opinion. Yours may or may not coincide with mine. How often have you tried to hatch Zinthros, and how successful have you been? This prehistoric predator is the largest non-flying dragon in the game, and is the last world dragon to be able to breed. Although he only appeared in the game in 2020, his design is still beautiful, and the animations are smooth and balanced. The developer clearly loved dinosaurs, as the design was based off of multiple prehistoric creatures, including Spinosaurids, Therizinosaurus, Carnotaurus, Acrocanthosaurus, Megatherium, Chalicotherium, and a little bit of Tyrannosaurus rex. Although this dragon is only rare, the 1% chance of it hatching should definitely give it more value and worth. Oh, this is one of my favorite dragons in the game. I can't understand why Aurutentia hasn't won the hearts of players like Kikian or other new developers' dragons. This dragon is the embodiment of fury and war. Its jagged, metallic scales and clearly visible mutations make it a true dragon that once ruled the world. Smooth wing movements, quite fast despite its size, and the fact that it was developed by our favorite Domeboy Bean, for me personally, put it in honorable second place in this top of the most underrated dragons. Remember what dragons looked like in all the myths and fairy tales. A cute dragon is good, but a real dragon is cool. You will definitely be surprised by the dragon I chose as the winner of this rating. Many of you may think, Bardock, are you crazy? Here's what I'll say in my defense about this dragon. It was obtainable during the one-time Amazon's Joyful Horizons quest, which lasted only 3 weeks, and this quest never returned to the game. How many people do you think got it? A lot, but not enough to bring its cost down to 100 to 200,000. I think there are even tens of times more Arielisces dragons. Of course, it's not appropriate to compare Featherfang to the likes of Arielisces due to its overly simple design, but this quirky look makes the dragon stand out from the rest. This is the rating. Let me remind you once again that this is just my opinion, and you should not manipulate it to lower or raise the prices of these and other dragons. Next up will be a giveaway, but first I want to thank you for your subscriptions. I really appreciate it, and will try to continue to delight you with interesting videos. The first is this to mutation Arielisces dragon. The second dragon in giveaway is this Kalimaki. Also here is a fully mutated Eisendrake. And the main prize is this Gilmeros. To participate, write in the comments your impressions and thoughts about the top rating that I compiled. Do you agree? Or maybe you think there are other underrated dragons?